Welcome back, guys. Per Egg Gaming. I'm just going to show you today 10 of my favourite horror games to play that will creep you out. Most people have played them all. I know there are other scary horror games, but these are 10 great ones to play. First of all, Man of Medan. Not the scariest game in the world. What it does do, though, is the jump scares are fantastic, to be honest. Like I say, it's nowhere near the scariest game on this list, but definitely worth the playthrough if you're into your jump scares. I really enjoyed this one. I'm currently playing through it again at the moment, trying to get different endings, but I would recommend that one. You can get it quite cheap now. Next, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. This was one I paid about £8 for. Now it's shot up in price. I love Bethesda anyway, but this is a good one. The creepy setting in the town is brilliant. If you can get your hands on this, I'd really recommend picking up a copy of it. This is much better than the new Call of Cthulhu they brought out. Next, I've got all the Metro games. I could have showed Exodus, but for me the creepiest, my favourite is 2033, but Last Light is quite a creepy one in my opinion, especially when you're creeping around in all them caverns and tunnels and caves. I'd have to put Last Light in the creepy factor anyway. Next, Fear 2, Project Origin. Quite easily, any of the Fear games could have been at the top. Fear 1's probably the best. But there was something about Fear 2. It must have been the school setting and all the lockers slamming that puts it into this list for a good horror game to play. Condemned. I've got the second one as well, but the first one's better. It one of them early release games for the 360, but still holds up pretty well to this day. I definitely recommend Condemned if you like horrors and a bit of jump scares. Silent Hill. I put the HD collection on because specifically Silent Hill 2 will make it onto this list. It's one of the all-time greatest horror games. It's not my favourite one on the list, but I do really enjoy playing Silent Hill games. These are both cracking games, but I'd recommend Silent Hill 2 for this list. Next, The Evil Within. Another one of them games. I thought this one was pretty scary, to be honest. The second one might be slightly better in terms of open world, but I think the first one's definitely scarier than the second one. And you can get it for like £4 now. I've got it on the 360 and the Xbox One, but definitely the One version is what you want to play. But I'd recommend this one. That's quite scary. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I've not played tons of this, but what I have played, I know that it is scary when you're being chased through the house and things. And I think the first person perspective makes it even scarier, to be honest. On this, makes it more frightening. But this is right up there as one of my favourite Resident Evil games, this one. I love what they did with that one. Number 2, Dead Space. I've got all the Dead Space games. I've chose the original Dead Space because this is the one that had the most impact on me. I had to pause a few times playing this one. This one definitely has jump scares, especially when you've got the headset on and you're going through and pipes are hissing, and when you get to that regenerating monster part, oh, terrifying. This was definitely, in my eyes, this and the second one was scariest. Number 1 on the list for me is Alien Isolation. I would have put Outlast in this list as well, but I only have it digitally, Outlast. So I can't really include it, but that's another terrifying game. But Alien Isolation is top of my list because it's the top of my physical list that's the scariest. This one with the learning AI and being chased through vents and lockers, this one's definitely a tense experience. And it's another one a bit like Dead Space where I've had to pause a few times playing this while I'm stuck inside a locker. And if you love the Alien movies like I do, again, it's a must buy compared to the other Alien games you can get out there. And for £6, what can I say? I definitely recommend picking this up, because you can't go wrong when it comes to horror games on the Xbox One anyway. Right, thanks for watching.